How many of you have been to Skipolini's in Clayton on a Wednesday night? In the summer. Street music and 100 cars, 50 to 100 cars.
Hot August nights in
When is this?
Danville.
When is this in Clayton?
Wednesdays at Skipolini's in Clayton.
Any Wednesday?
Any Wednesday. They'll
Oh,
have a
yeah.
DJ out there playing 50s and 60s music, and
Things.
people bring their cars, and you go to Skip's and have a brew and a hunk of pizza and spend $100 for the whole thing. So, today, we're going to look at amazing car brands that no longer exist. Over the years, we've seen a number of cars that didn't quite make it. Maybe they were too new, maybe they were whatever. So the first person I would like to invite up is Arlinda.
Me?
Oh, the applause is overwhelming.
You are expected to lead it.
Best known for its appearance in Back to the Future, this unique car was short-lived. The company made one model for 7 years, but the model was very distinctive. It had gull-wing doors and very interesting style that was just a little bit too futuristic. When the company went bankrupt, there were plenty of parts left over, which were picked up in 1995 by a gentleman by the name of Steve Wynn, creating a new version of the DeLorean Motor Company, offering parts to dealerships and helping keep the memory of the futuristic car alive. I would like you to relate everything that you would care to share with us about the DeLorean.
Mr. Tabletopics Master, fellow Toastmasters, I remember those movies. They were great. Time travel in the car. The one thing that I do remember about that car is not only did it transverse time, but in one of the shows, I can't remember which one, he was using garbage to put into the gas tank for gas. Flux capacitor, is that what he called it? Those were great shows, and that was a lot of fun. When it comes to cars, my favorite car was the old Chevy that my father had when I was a kid. It would sit out front, and it was a bright yellow. It was one of those round Chevys. I don't know what year it was. But it was round, and it was bright yellow. That bright yellow with a black interior and a black top. And the kids in the neighborhood loved to go and sit around it, on it, if they thought we weren't looking out the window. And that was really a lot of fun. My father did not soup up his car. I don't remember that at all. But I remember as a teenager, all the teenagers would go down into our area on the main drag on the weekends, and they'd be going up and round and cruise the drag, and you could certainly see a lot of souped up cars then. I think my favorite car was my black and white Mustang, but it was too much on gas and I got rid of that. So my second favorite car was my Volkswagen Camper, because I could do anything in that. And I really enjoyed myself over the years. Mr. Topic Master.
According to Mustang and Ford historians, the Cougar was already in the works long before the first Mustang was ever released.
I like the Cougar.
Though the muscle car change design was not revealed until later. The vehicle was available both in hardtop and convertible models. While it's discontinued, some people are still interested in buying the cars, and the value will probably increase thanks to the rarity of the existing models. When I first got married, my stepson had a Cougar. It was in the garage, and my Lancia Scorpion was not. I would like to invite at this time David. If somebody would take over his duties as timekeeper, I appreciate there must be something going on with our hands this morning. I'd like to invite David to come up. David Mercury Cougar.
I'm waiting.
Sidestep, David.
Gary's topics.
Dovetail with something you know.
Yeah, just sidestep.
Fellow Toastmasters, good morning.
Good morning.
One of my best friends, he didn't have a Cougar.
Oh.
And he didn't even have a souped-up Ford convertible Mustang. He just had one of the original Ford Mustangs. And there's something about those cars from the past that really are different than the new cars, which have all the gadgets, GPS, and they talk to you how to turn here, how to turn there, and you can call people just by pushing a button. Because in those days, when you think about it, when you got into a car with your friends, you could really have a nice conversation. As Toastmasters, we like to talk, and we like to hear our friends talk. And I think that the modern cars today that have all these devices in them break down the ability of people to connect with each other. There's just too much computerization of the vehicles, and the whole personal element of what makes cars special. All the different models, the Mercury Cougar, the Ford Mustangs, the yellow Chevrolets. So I really think it's important when we're in our cars today, turn off your cell phones, turn off the GPS, and really be in the moment. I mean, as an insurance person too, it really worries me that you're all out there driving with distractions, right? And it's amazing that as an insurance guy too, I don't have more calls from my clients who got into accidents because they were distracted listening to whatever it was they were listening to. So I would encourage you to turn off your devices. If you're with a person, really engage in a nice conversation as a fellow Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Please.
Of course.
Yeah.
No.
It wouldn't